Alright guys, so in this video we're going to be making pumpkin rice, and I'm making the pumpkin rice from the pumpkin I harvested in a previous video. Alright, so let's get into it. Alright guys, I'm actually in the garden right now. I'm going to be picking some herbs, so I'm going to use some Cuban oregano. It's a substitute for thyme, and I'm gonna get some green onions with scallions also from the garden, and I'm gonna get some peppers, and these are just a few of the stuff that I'm actually gonna add to this pumpkin rice. All right, so stay tuned. Okay, so we have our green onions here, we have some garlic here, Cuban oregano substitute for thyme, and some ginger. Alright, and Mrs. Dash, and of course we can't go without the turmeric and some Himalayan salt. Alright, the next step we're gonna do, I'm actually using the smaller pumpkins that I harvest for this pumpkin rice. So I'm gonna cut it in half and then remove the seeds, and then we're gonna actually peel off the skin from the pumpkin. Alright. Right here I'm actually slicing up. I'm going to slice up the pumpkins, and just in slices, or you could do it in cubes if you choose to. So right here is chopped up garlic, chopped up ginger. This is Cuban oregano. I use it in the place of thyme. Tastes exactly like thyme. This is scallion. So these are 4 stuff that's going to be in that pumpkin rice. So Himalayan salt. So a touch of turmeric. I ran out of 21 seasons. So I'm using Mrs. Dash. Alright. Yeah, so we're gonna saute the garlic, Cuban oregano, and the ginger, and also add the turmeric with the olive oil. We're gonna kind of just fry it up, let it start the cooking process. So after we kind of, cook up or saute the onions and the garlic and the ginger, we add the pumpkin. And we just stir fry the pumpkin in for, a few minutes. And then you could add, if you have vegetable broth or, chicken broth, whatever broth you have. I have no broth right now, so I'm just going to be using water, so that's the next step. You could use your fork to actually check the consistency of the pumpkin. You don't want to cook it out that it become extremely soggy. You want to cook it that it's a little bit still have texture, like a little bit of hardness to it. Because remember, you're gonna add the rice. So right here, we are adding the rice. I'm adding white rice. You could add brown rice to it at the same time. And the same concept go here with the ratio of water and rice. If you have a steamed rice, the whole concept of how you actually cook rice. You don't want it to be too much water, because you don't want your rice to come out extremely soggy at the same time. Right here, I'm actually gonna add, a piece of salmon, as my, part of my dish here. So I'm adding some, Mrs. Dash. I ran out of 21 season from Trader Joe's, so that's a substitute. Adding some cayenne pepper, and then I'm, kind of marinate it a little bit in some olive oil. Then just drop it in the oven for maybe 25-30 minutes. So you look at the rice, and this is after 20 minutes. This is it's actually steamed and it's ready to go. Alright guys, so the pumpkin rice is complete, and look at it guys. The pumpkin still have a little consistency to it, and you just cook it down like how you cook any rice. It's just that you just add the additional stuff to the pumpkins and all, the seasoning, and you could put a twist in it, add whatever you want to add to it, but it's gonna come out extremely good.